Whoo, what's going on? What's going on? So things are getting real interesting when it comes to Terrence Crawford. What he's gonna do, where he's gonna go. At this point, I'm still not sure yet. But the fact that he's staying quiet and he's not saying anything and he's staying completely out the media, could mean to one of two things. Either he's just deep in negotiations, trying to get something done with Top Rank as far as an extension is concerned, where obviously they increase the amount of money that he makes, and then obviously he knows he's going to continue to fight lower tier competition, so he's going to be victorious in pretty much all of his fights, and he can stay on the path that he's been on, or it could be a situation where he's just trying to ride the timeout and he's trying to ride out the contract. And the fact that he hasn't fought in so long, I mean, that could maybe mean that it could be the latter. Because that's what Bob Arum usually does. If you're not going to sign an extension with him and you only have one fight left, he'll just leave you there. He won't set up no fights for you, nothing. He'll just put you in the sideline for a year, 2 years. He'll put you in the sideline for 2 years. If he feels that you're not going to sign an extension, you're not going to continue the relationship with him, And then so if you're not focused and you weren't smart and financially on point with your funds and everything like that, you might end up put into a space where you need to sign that contract or do what you got to do. Like Nicholas Walters, he didn't have bread like that, and he was getting depressed. He was eating a whole bunch of food, getting completely out of shape, and when he finally got that call and they had decreased substantially the amount of money they were going to give him from the Lomachenko fight, he needed bread, so he just took it. He was out of shape, and he looked terrible. And after that fight, we never seen him again. So that's what that's what usually happens, with Top Rank. Terrence Crawford, we know that he's been pretty much on point with his money. He doesn't spend a lot of money, so he's good, as far as that part's concerned. Which one is he doing? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Because we heard Bomac, when Bomac was speaking, the last time we seen him speak, he was saying F Errol Spence, F the Manny fight. We don't care about that. Blase, blase, blah. Speaking the normal things we usually hear from that camp. But lately on was like a Bernie, Terrence Crawford's right hand man, had a video casting that was going on, and he had what's his name? He had one of the managers or trainers of Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford got 50 managers. He has 50 trainers. One of those 100 people, was doing an interview. And in the interview, he basically was saying that, before they were really very loyal with Top Rank. But recently, I guess in the last couple of years, a lot of promises that, that they said, things that they said were going to happen did not happen. They didn't keep their promises. A lot of empty promises. Obviously, like with the Manny Pacquiao fight. So it's put them into a space where they believe that they probably got to separate between each other. He said that, when you look at the history of Top Rank, Oscar De La Hoya, Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao, Miguel Cotto, the list goes on and on and on of people who had to leave Top Rank in order to progress themselves to that next level or to reach ultimate stardom or to, just to be more successful and make more money and, be successful in everything that you do financially and also with the big fights. So he said it looks like that's something that, they're going to have to probably do as well. He said, they're either going to have one more fight against Zepeda, where they're going to get paid $4 million for it, or they're going to be free agents in October. It's going to be one of the two. So we have to see, though. This is not Terrence Crawford that's saying this, and we don't know what exactly Terrence Crawford is going to do. Some people do get to that place where they're like, you know what? I got to make these moves. I got to do what's in my best interest. But other people just end up going onto that same path. So I'm not going to necessarily say, oh, he's going to leave Top Rank. Oh, he's going to, go on with PBC or whatever it is. I don't know. We got to kind of sit back and see what he does. Because sometimes people will leave Top Rank and then make another bad decision. Like Guillermo Rigondeaux. Rigondeaux, who leaves Top Rank, and then instead of signing with PBC, signing with Al Heyman, like Lara was telling him to do, what does he do? He goes and signs with Rock Nation. So he puts himself into a space where he's with another entity. Now he went from an entity who wasn't trying to do anything with him to an entity that couldn't do anything with him. So he ended up putting himself into the same exact space as he was before. So hopefully if he does separate from Top Rank, he makes the right decision. But obviously, we won't know until later on. I will say this though: if we see that he has signed that fight to fight Cepeda, that to me probably would mean that he's going to stay with Top Rank. Because Top Rank, I don't see Bob Arum paying this guy $4 million for a fight. I just don't see him doing it, knowing that this guy's going to walk away and he's not going to stay with the organization. So he can take those $4 million and invest it towards other fights, other things, especially trying to do pay-per-views with Lomachenko and Teofimo Lopez. You got the undisputed Taylor over there. You still got Fury over there. Got a lot of things over there. So you kind of just, kind of got to sit back and see what decisions are actually made when it comes to that. But I will say that, though, if that fight does get made, it pretty much means an extension has been signed. If October comes, let's say it gets close to October, there's nothing signed, then okay. He's probably going to be leaving Top Rank. But if he does, again, we got to see what decision he makes. He might do something stupid like go sign with MTK Global, or he might go sign with Eddie Hernandez Zone. Then just he'll be in the zone, just having fights with whoever. It'll be the exact same situation, So we don't know, but I guess you could say hope for the best, But me personally, it's until somebody shows me something different, then I'm just gonna go with what I've seen so far before, until I see that change. So far I haven't seen that change. So I'm gonna have to just believe in the blueprint that he's been set for so far. But the fact that he's been sitting out so long, again, that could be a positive sign, just due to the fact that that's what Bob Arum does. If he knows that you're not going to sign to him, you're not going to stay with the team, he'll sit your tail out. He'll sit you out for a year and a half, 2 years, until then your contract is over, and then it's on, just like Jesse Vargas. That's why we didn't see Jesse Vargas for so long, because he was basically in a space where he was going to leave there. We've seen what happened with Mikey Garcia. He was on the sidelines for over 2 years as well. This is what happens. So you have to be financially in a good space in order to do that, though. Gotta be financially in a good space. So, it's only a couple more weeks, and we'll see what happens. The only other issue was the fact that he's chastised Bob Arum for the fact that he didn't, do certain things, and he also said he understands why certain entities won't work with Bob Arum. He said it, but then he said, "Oh, after we're free agents, though, then we're gonna, see what's going. Earl Spence with the excuses. We're gonna, pull up to Al Heyman and then see what's up. We're free agents now. You know what I'm saying? What's up with the excuses? What's up with the excuses? It's like you literally just sat there and you said, hey, these people are the reason why these fights aren't happening. These people are the reason why we're in the space we're in right now. That's Top Rank and Bob Arum, the people that you're signed to. Then you're going to turn around in the next second and try to chastise this other guy for not fighting you. Even though you basically said, I understand, I know why this fight's not being made. I know why it's not being made. But let me try to chastise him again right now with the excuses. But it's an excuse. This is the reason why this fight wasn't made. But, it's an excuse. It's the excuse for it not being made. It sounds moronic, So it kind of sounds like all that negative energy he all of a sudden tried to put towards PBC and try to put towards Al Heyman and try to put towards Earl Spence. He needs to completely focus that energy on the person and the people, who have been stalling their career and has kept them on this ish path. Yeah, they've been making some money. People say, oh, he's making $3-4 million. Yeah, he's making $3-4 million. But what do you think those other dudes are making doing pay-per-views? After all the funds and everything has come in from the pay-per-views, forget Earl Spence. His opponents are making $7 million plus. His opponents are making over $7 million plus. And also, they're not getting 30% taken off like Terrence Crawford is. They're not getting the other 10% that the other manager of his from previously promotional company gets. That's 40% of his money that's automatically taken away from Top Rank and that other promotional company. They don't have anything close to that being taken away from their accounts. So they're making pretty much in one fight what Terrence Crawford makes in 2+ fights. I'm not Earl Spence. I'm not talking about Earl Spence. I'm talking about his opponents. And obviously we see Earl Spence now has the Manny fight, which is going to be huge for both of those fighters. Tickets are almost sold out. And we're talking about that fight's almost over a month plus away. And tickets are already sold out. And they're expensive as hell. So they're both going to come off lovely when it comes to that fight. And then after that, he still can fight Ugas and get the other belt. And then he could do that fight this year, do another pay-per-view after the Manny fight, do another 300,000 plus pay-per-views, and end up having 3 belts. That could be next for him, So we'll sit back and we'll see what decisions are made. But I'm not gonna be sitting here hyped up, because I go with what you show me. From what he showed me so far, nothing to be excited about. But for now, like, subscribe, share. I'm out.